everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing kind of like a grungy fall date night type makeup look, I guess you could call it. So if you like to see what I do, just keep on watching. So I have some coffee because I am tired. It is a Monday when I am filming this, the Monday the week before I'm going to post this, so that's fun. It is currently, I want to say November 27th? No, 25th. 27th? Today's November 25th. Yeah, so I'm going to just jump right into the look. A few updates though. Oops. In December, I think I'm going to be doing a few weeks. I have 3 videos because I do want to do a wig review and maybe like another like wig collection video. Actually, I have 2 wig reviews because I am getting some for Christmas. And I already have some from the brand Mappa Beauty that I want to review for you guys. And so if you would like to see an entire wig collection video as well on top of those 2 wig review videos, let me know in the comments below. But I'm going to start off with the You Can Be Aromas palette. And I'm going to start off with the shade Secret, which is the shade right here. The Wet n Wild just blending brush. I'll put that on there, and then I'm going to run this into the crease of my eye. Bringing it up fairly high. Not only do I really like a grunged out kind of look where it's like super smoky, super high, and super low on the eyes, but I also do that because I have fairly hooded eyelids. As you could see, if you're new to my channel here, you could see how hooded they are, and then when I lift my eyes, the mobile lid moves up fairly high. So that is 2 reasons why I kind of go for looks like this more so. I'm also going to run this on my lower lash line with the same brush. I know by the time that this goes up, it's going to be after Thanksgiving, but how is everybody's Thanksgiving? We're not going to do a huge meal this year just because, you know, we've had a lot going on the last few months. Like this past summer, my husband had surgery on his arm for a torn rotator cuff, and things keep happening, like little bits and things keep happening every so often, and you know, it just kind of adds up. So we want to make it really relaxed and just chilled and small this year. We are going to do like the big like dinner for like Christmas when that rolls around and stuff, but Thanksgiving is just going to be a little more on the chill side this year. So the next shade I'm going to go into is the shade I think I'm going to dip into the shade Fairy Tale, which is right here. I'm going to just use the same brush and put it in the same areas just to give it a little more darkness before I go in with the really dark colors. Okay, the next shade I'm going to go into is the shade Wandering right here. And for my upper crease, I'm going to use the same brush, but then I will change to a smaller brush for the lower lash line. Going to make sure I bring it up fairly high, but I don't want the colors to get lost, so not too high. I'm going in with little by little because I don't want it to get too intense. For the lower lash line, I'm using the Royal & Langnickel Moda Pro Smudger brush. Okay, now I'm going to go into the shade Love Bite, which is this darker purpley toned shade right here. And I'm going to take a somewhat more controlled blending brush. This is the e.l.f. Blending Eye Brush. And I'm going to dip into that. And I'm also going to work that into my crease and then on the outer corner as well. definitely going to make sure I keep it a lot more low. A lot lower. More low? What the heck? I'm just gradually building up the color. Then for the lower lash line, just using that same Royal and Langnickel brush. Okay, now I'm going to take a concealer and put it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to do a half cut crease look. Just going to take a flat brush. And for my lids, since they are so hooded, I can't really do the concealer trick where you put it on your lid and then look up because it just kind of folds in on itself. That's how hooded they are. So I like to start from the inner corner. I like to bring it really far in on the inner corner and fairly up. And I like going back and forth to make sure you can see it when my eyes open. I'm going to use the shade Bare to set that concealer. I personally like to set the concealer I lay down because for me, if I put a shimmer or anything like that directly over, since shimmers are fairly creamy, it will crease on me. Okay, I'm first going to start off with the shade Dream World, which is this light shade right here. I'm going to wet my brush. I'm just going to use the other side of that same brush I was just using. And I'm going to put that on the inner fourth of my lid. And I say the fourth because I'm going to use 2 more colors of shimmer. So the next shade I'm going to go into is the shade Exquisite, which is right here. I'm going to put that right next to that shade, but not directly over here yet. I'm going to do the same thing and wet my brush. I just wet my brush with a little spray bottle filled with water. And then I'm going to dip into that shade Exquisite and put that right here. And then if you want to, you could go back with that first shade and help to blend it together. Okay, now for the final color, I'm going to go into the shade Kinky, which is the shade right here, and put that to where the matte meets the shimmers. I'm going to use this other side of the same brush and wet it. I sure hope you cannot hear my stomach growling because it is just growling a bunch right now. And I'm going to put that right here. And then I'm going to be going back and forth with the colors to make sure everything's nice and blended. Going back into the shade Exquisite, to make sure it's nice and blended onto that shade Kinky. And then going into the shade Love Bite, which is that dark purple, deepening up that outer corner there. So that you got kind of like a gradient like this. Okay, taking a small detail brush and going back into the shade Love Bite, I'm going to pack that on the tip. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to deepen up this area where the shimmer meets the mattes. I like to go and do a light hand back and forth, enough to deposit some color, but then light enough to blend it so it's not a harsh line, if that makes sense. Apparently this wants to create a bunch of fallout on my face while I do this. So now I think you'll be able to tell on camera that this is slightly deeper than this. So it just helps to give it a little more definition. I like that personally. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. Okay, then now for the inner corner and the lower lash line, I'm going to go into the JCat Beauty Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousse in the shade Champagne Whiz. This is a nice, very pinky shade. And I'm going to take this Luxie 141 mini round brush and see if this will work for my inner corner or if I'm going to need to use something else. Pack that on there, or attempt to. Yeah, I think I'm going to need to use a different brush. That's not working. Okay. I am actually going to use this line brush from Royal and Nickel Metal Pro. It's an angled liner brush, but I'm just going to use the like one of the sides so it's nice and flat. See if this will work. Yeah, this will work. It kind of picks it up. I don't know if you could see that well. Picks it up more on the side, and I'm going to apply this on the inner corner here. Oh my goodness. Okay, then for the lower lash line, I'm going to try to pick up a lot of this on the tip of this brush. I don't know if that's going to work that well, to be honest. I might just use the side again and just be very precise with this, like near the top of the side, if that makes sense. And then bring this along the lower lash line. And if you want to, you could go back into the shade Love Bite with that smudger brush and blend it together here. And deepen up any areas that you want. I'm going to put on some winged liner. I'm going in with the Hank & Henry Slick With It Longwear Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Blickety Black. Let me shake this up first. I haven't used this in a minute. I think I've only used this once, I want to say, and I can't remember if I liked it or not. So we shall see. Since I have fairly headed eyes, I like to bring out the wing below my below my lower lash line. If you can see that, can you? Yes. And I like to make them even first. And then I'm going to attach it to the top here. Try keeping my eyes open while I do this. part of me is debating lashes. I think I might, just because of how dramatic this eye look is. I think it kind of needs lashes, so I'm going to throw some on and then I'll be right back. Threw on these flared out lashes. I hope you could see those pretty well. Then I'm going into the Bella Pierre Cosmetics gel eyeliner in the shade Ebony. And I'm going to use that to waterline my waterline. I did put on the Tarte Big Ego mascara before I put on my lashes. I just forgot to show that part. Okay, now that the eyes are finally done, I'm going to finish off my base makeup. I'm first going to go into the, sorry for that noise, into the bronzer palette from e.l.f. I'm going to be taking this shade right here. I'm using all my e.l.f. face palettes today because they were just easily accessible, and I was like, why not? They're just right there. I'm going to use that to warm up my cheeks. Then next I'm going to go into the e.l.f. contour palette and take this contour shade. I'm going to use this Precision foundation brush from Luxie, the 660. Use that to carve out my cheekbones and my jawline. Why does it look so muddy all of a sudden? Looks like I just rubbed dirt on my face. Awesome. Let's try to fix that with my bronzer. Oh, what the heck? Try to lighten that up with some powder here. I don't know what is going on, but that is looking weird. Okay, I'm just going to have to try to fix that with my blush or something because it's looking disgustingly, like, weird. Okay, now I'm going into the blush palette and I'm going to take this warmer toned apricot color right here. And I'm taking the Royal & Langnickel Moda Pro pointed blush brush. I'm going to just dip that right in. Oh, this is what the brush looks like. And place that on my cheeks, bring it all the way up to my shadow. And I'm going to attempt to fix this situation. Bring it all the way up and around because I'm having a crisis. Ah, what is going on? That looks like garbage. Try fixing this by putting some skin tone powder underneath. Kind of clean it up a little. Okay, I'm just going to leave that alone. Okay, and then I'm going into the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian. I'm going to use my fingers. And I'm going to place that on the highest points of my cheeks. And blend it out. I don't want it to be super intense. Well, maybe I do. Why not? I do want it to be really intense right here on my Cupid's bow. And the tip of my nose. And in between my eyes right here. And a little along the bridge. Okay, now to finish this look off, I'm going in with a lip pencil actually because the lip product I'm going to use kind of feathers when I don't use a lip liner, so we're not going to do that today. This is the Profusion Matte Lip Liner in the shade Imagine. It's like a twisty top deal. I'm going to line my lips. Okay, now the color I'm going to go in with is the Hard Candy Velvet Mousse matte lip color in the shade Dahlia. I'm going to use this to fill in my lips. Okay, I think I'm going to go throw up my hair really quick and maybe throw on some accessories, and I will be right back. Okay, so I threw my hair up in some like really crappy space buns, and so this is the final eye look. Can you see it well? And this is the final overall look. So yeah, I guess if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hopefully I don't have any lipstick on my teeth. No, I don't. Next video is, after this one goes up, is going to be another one in my modern day Disney villain series, which is going to be Scar, I believe. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I guess, I don't remember what I said already, but yeah, bye.